Alright guys, so we're just still exploring kind of where we left off. I kind of cut out a little bit of the footage, whatever. Still trying to find some copper and iron ore deposits. I know that there's got to be more. A little trick so you can actually see what's out there. If you push the M button, right, it shows you the map so you can see what you've discovered, all that. That's cool. It also tells you how many deposits there are. So there's 10 undiscovered iron deposits, 4 more silicon, 8 more copper, 5 more promethium, and 1 gold. I'd like to find the gold deposit, if I'm honest, because I feel that that would be helpful for us, just because gold is used in kind of more advanced builds and stuff like that, so having access to gold would be useful. We have gathered, incidentally, a fair amount of wood as well. I mean, we get about 5 wood for each tree, and we've done, several trees, so that's always a positive. We definitely have enough to make a ton of biofuel. Odds are we probably won't even use it, but whatever. It's fine. We have it in case we want to. Let's see if we can go over this mountain. I'm kind of curious, because I know that they get a little dicey when you go up like odd angles. However, this seems to be doing pretty good, even though this is relatively steep. I guess it is a hover vessel, so I mean the terrain realistically shouldn't matter all that much, but it seems to matter, or it mattered to the motorbike, I guess I should say. So that's good. Upgrading our vehicle has helped us. And now we're going to fly down this mountain super fast, because that's what you do. Yeah. Cool. I'm surprised our detector is not picking up more stuff, if I'm honest, because usually there's a bunch of things around, but I guess we're just not in the right spot or something. I don't know. Whatever. It's fine. I know that we'll find what we need eventually. It's just a matter of locating it. But this is kind of the early mid-game, I guess I would call it. You have a hover vessel, you kind of scout around, try to find all the deposits on your world, so you can build a small vessel, or SV, which is kind of like a starship, is kind of how I like to think about it. Because it flies, it can go into space, you can put guns on it and kind of shoot shit with it, whatever. So the small vessels are actually really fun. I'm looking forward to building one, and for that I'm definitely going to use a template, just because there's a lot of things that go into it. Like, you need to have oxygen and the weapons you build separate, but still you need to have oxygen set up. It needs to be aerodynamic and have the thrusters in a good location so you can maneuver properly, and all those good things, which you can do by hand. I mean, I'm not saying you can't, I just would prefer not having to, I guess, so I'm not going to. Anyway, we are going this direction because it looks like there is some points of interest anyway. Hopefully one of them is an iron or copper ore deposit. Okay. These forests are kind of getting annoying, just because you hit trees and can't do anything about it. Come on, ship. You can do it. Alright. Oh, shit. Okay. Kind of rolled over there. But it's okay. Since we have thrusters on all 4 sides, basically you can use them to rebalance the ship. There might actually be a way to flip it manually as well. I don't recall. I haven't needed to do that yet, though. We haven't messed it up that bad yet. So, hopefully we won't mess it up that bad. But if I believe there is a way to actually flip the ship, like it's part of the ground repulsor or something. Come on, you should be able to go in reverse. I mean, I have a thruster on the front, but that's fine. Let's see. So, basically, I mean, this is kind of, unless you're playing, I mean, it's kind of boring, obviously, just watch me fly around, gather trees, and look for ore deposits, but this is effectively what you have to do at this point in the game in order to keep on progressing. So as you can see, we just found some iron ore, so that is helpful. We will probably go ahead and mine a decent amount of this while we are here. Oh, we're in Xerax, great. That'll piss them off if we do so. However, I was looking, so if you open up your PDA and look at the factions, it tells you what pisses them off and what makes them happy. Supposedly damaging plants in Xerax territory makes them like you. So I mean, my goal is to try to get them to at least neutral so they don't come and attack us. Because the other two species, the Polaris and Talon, don't attack. Like, that's just not what they do. But the Xerax, they attack regardless. So it's something to be wary of, because I mean, to start out with, they're not that powerful. I mean, right? So they're not going to have like better tech than you to begin with, but they do send like these robot drones, or they'll send in a ship or a troop transport, and it can get a little dicey, because if they destroy the core at the center of your base, the base basically is gone. And you have to rebuild it. Well, funny thing about that is, if you don't have a base, you can't use your small or large constructor, so it effectively puts you back at the start of the game, where you have only the small portable constructor, so you're limited on what you can actually build. Just something to keep in mind. I mean, if you can become friendly with the Xerax, it most likely would be in your best interest. However, it's not that easy to do. Shit. I really want to get away from here, if I can, because the last time I was in Xerax territory, when I was going around on the motorbike, they had like random troops that were just kind of like hanging around, and I'm sure that they have guns because they shot me. So I don't want them to shoot this ship and hit something that matters, because we're pretty far away from our base now. So if they destroy like the RCS, for example, we're going to be stranded. I mean, we have our motorbike on us, but that thing is so damn slow, especially compared to this, that it will take us forever to get home. Anyway, we have left Xerax territory, so that is a good thing. Most likely that little recticle thing is a Xerax building of some sort. I don't really care about it. I mean, I'll wait until I have a small vessel or a fighter ship before I come back and maybe do something about the Xerax. I mean, you can fight them, which sometimes makes it a little bit more enjoyable, just because there's not a lot to do otherwise, or a lot of things to attack outside of the animals, right? So it's a little bit more challenging, I guess. However, it's still not all that fun. And when you attack them, it lowers your standing, which, as I said, I don't really want to lower our standing. I just want to get us to neutral or friendly. This is probably a radioactive toxic area. Yeah, it is. So they have these like radiated fog areas, kind of interesting. You don't really want to go out there because it will start damaging you. Since we're inside of a ship, I think we are protected for the most part, but if we were just like standing out, so these little blue crystals, I think, are actually promethium. Let's see. Turn this off. So if it ever says stop the ship to exit, just turn it off and it'll power down. Oh, Pentax. Okay, whatever. That's fine too. So Pentax is used for things. I forget what the on-off is. There is a keybind for it. That's fine. We'll figure it out later. So, turn this back on. We're gonna keep on exploring, because might as well, yeah? It doesn't look like the radiated fog does anything to our hover vessels, so that's a plus. That, and also, usually, there's some pretty good shit in here, because living things can't really go in here. Alright guys, so we're still just exploring through this fog area, whatever. Just taking a look, gonna try to get this point of interest if we're lucky. We'll kind of see what happens. But yeah, so I mean, I hope you guys are enjoying the series thus far. I know it's not super riveting watching me fly around, but I thought I'd show you kind of what you're in store for when you build your hover vessel, because this is literally what you get to do. Go. Why is this not turning? Okay. Kind of odd. Did the RCS break? That's annoying. Whatever. We'll just go this way, I suppose. Until it decides that, you know, we can turn again. I don't understand why it's not turning, but that's fine. Anyway, I'm gonna just kind of fly through. And most likely what's gonna happen here is after I find another copper deposit and things like that, and mine a little bit, we will head back to base and kind of take a look and see. I mean, it does depend on what they tell us to do in the mission, I suppose, because we are still playing through the tutorial mission. I mean, that is the best way to do this if it's your first time, because it is pretty well guided on what you need to do step by step. It doesn't take you through the process of building a base, but it's pretty straightforward. I mean, you build a base starter and then pick whatever blocks you want to use and what have you. But anyway, so I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna call it here, guys, and then we'll probably pick up next episode once we are back at base, or maybe once we find I'm gonna see about going out on the water. So if I hold space, seems like it's hovering, which is good, so we can maybe go over the ocean. Nice. That's awesome. We will probably do that at some point. Anyhow, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Let me know what you want to learn more about next time, or any questions, comments, concerns, whatever. Drop them down below. As always, like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, this has been LD7, and we'll see ya.